you ever notice how bosses can sometimes feel like mysterious creatures? Kind of like trying to read a restaurant menu in a language you don't speak. Confusing, intimidating, and occasionally full of surprises. But here's the deal. Your boss is a human being just like you, and learning how to manage them can make your life work a whole lot easier. Stick with me for the next few minutes, and I'll give you a simple way to make your relationship with your boss, or even your boss's boss, way less stressful. You'll walk away with a secret leadership skill that makes work smoother for everyone. So here's step one. Recognize that your boss is human. Yes, really. Here's the thing. When someone's in a leadership position, people tend to project a lot onto them. They assume that they have all the answers, all the power, and maybe even some kind of secret office lair where they plan company-wide policies just to make your life harder. Now, if you really think that, then you have a touch of paranoia, just saying. But the truth is, they go home at the end of the day with the same kinds of worries as you. Family, bills, whether they've left the oven on. Now, because of this projection process and seeing the boss as different, the higher up they go, the lonelier it gets. They have fewer and fewer peers to talk to, which means they don't always get to have honest, real conversations about the ordinary things that stress them out. When I was a student in my early 20s, I spent a year as a full-time research assistant for one of the seminary professors. The project required us to drive for many hours together around the country. And over that year, we developed a really strong personal friendship. The following year, he was appointed rector of the seminary, the boss, and I was back to being one of the regular students. All the other students treated him as a distant authority figure and even feared him at times. But I saw him as the human being he was. It was easy for me to talk to him as a person. This was a valuable lesson for me, being able to see those in authority as human beings struggling to manage their job, their life, and the people around them. Now, step 2. Emotions drive behavior. Yes, even bosses' behavior. So when your boss is acting in a way that seems unreasonable or frustrating or just plain baffling, remember this. Behavior is driven by emotions. They might be stressed about budgets, deadlines, pressure from their boss, or even something completely unrelated to work. You don't need to be a therapist, and you definitely don't need to try and fix them. But you do need to understand that whatever reaction you're seeing is coming from somewhere. It's not random. And that brings us to the most powerful skill that you can use, step 3. Acknowledge the emotion without trying to fix it or judging it. This is where empathy comes in, and it's not the sit down and have a heart-to-heart over coffee kind, just the simple act of seeing what's going on for them and letting them know that you see them. Try saying something like, that sounds frustrating, or looks like you've got a lot on your plate right now, or I can see why that would be stressful. You're not solving their problems. You're not telling them to calm down, because let's be honest, that never works. You're just acknowledging what they might be feeling. And here's the best part. This tiny shift can completely change how they respond to you. So here's a final thought. When you start seeing your boss as a human with real pressures and emotions, you stop feeling like you're constantly at odds with them. And the more you acknowledge what they're going through, even in small ways, the easier it becomes to work together.